Hey everyone, it is High here, bringing another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In this video, we're going to be discussing the best attacker to use on the explosive chain battle in the global version of the game. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. And always a shout out to DBZ Space and the Dokkan Wiki for info and images provided. So yeah, you know, chain battle right now is pretty fun. I think a lot of people are trying to figure out, hey, how do I get the higher score, things of that nature. And in this video, I'm going to be focusing more on the best attacker. There's a lot of different things that you'll have to consider to, you know, get a top score here. And yeah, we're just gonna, in a sense, just kind of review and talk about that. So first and foremost, if you haven't seen where the basic rules are, just go ahead and go into chain battle. There's a place where there's a little question mark. You click on it, you get the basic battle rules. And really right here is where they focus on the team formation before the battle, which is the attacker, and then it talks about the support connectors, the advantageous characters, you know, basically, you know, characters who belong to the advantageous character, the categories there, and then finally, you know, selected in the battle. So there's so many moving parts to this, and that's why a lot of people are getting confused. So really the first thing I'm going to cover is the attacker. And then let's see if I can discuss or, you know, try to build a format for best supporter connectors and things of that nature. That's a lot more complicated than just the attacker. The attacker, I think, is the easiest one, and that's why, hey, you know, this is going to be a simplistic video. So let's go ahead and dive into it. So when you look at the attacker, right? So it says right here, value of HP, attack, and defense, and then super level attack or super attack level. That and advantageous characters. These are the three things that you need to take a look at when it comes to picking your attacker. So when you look at that here, if you look at the advantageous categories on this, the Buu Saga explosive chain battle, you're looking at Majin Buu Saga, you're looking at Fusion, and you're looking at Super Saiyan 3. So those are the three that you're looking for that will give you an additional boost and provide you a lot of, you know, advantages. On top of that, of course, you're looking at HP, attack, and defense. So really, the attacker that you're going to be using, it really needs to be rainbowed. If it's not rainbowed, then don't use it. You have different choices, and if you're newer to the game and you don't have these units typically rainbowed, you're gonna have to, you know, make a decision on putting orbs into it or switching to a different character, because I'm gonna go over, like, you know, some of the best characters, but you have a lot of other options, right? So this is very important to do, because it's gonna take into consideration all three of these stats and combine them together. So then, of course, you have super attack. Super attack, if you have a level 1 super attack, don't use it for your attacker. Make sure it's minimum at 10, of course, at a TUR, EZA 15, or an LR 20. So super attack is very important here, making sure that it is boosted up to the max. So you want to, generally speaking, you want to have all three categories and advantageous categories here. Then you want to have a rainbow unit, and then you want to have like SA15 or SA20, really depending on the unit that that you actually ended up choosing. So we're gonna go over some, you know, I would say considerably the better units to use. There's probably a lot more, and comment below if you feel like I've missed a few of the units that you should choose for your best attackers, especially on this chain battle. This is just going to be focusing on the Buu chain battle here. In the future, I'll probably do more of these on other chain battles as well. So let's go ahead and start with that. So I kind of provided you the information on super attack, the category, advantageous categories, and then the combination of HP, attack, and defense. So the first one we want to take a look at is a lot of people started using this unit, and that's going to be LR Hercule. LR Hercule is your best, probably free-to-play option, right? I wouldn't say it's your best option, but for sure it's a great option to use for free to play. So the category, advantageous category it has is Majin Buu Saga, of course, and the HP, attack, and defense combination stat basically equals 50,339, which is really nice, which is solid. Anything above 50,000 is really high. And then you have SA20. So in combination of all that, you don't have the advantageous categories, which I think it's probably the best benefit for your attacker. Then you want to look at least your HP, attack, and defense, and then your SA. So this having a very high combination HP, attack, and defense, and then also an SA makes it a good option to run, especially as a free to play. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next one that has a one category advantageous benefit here, and that's going to be LR Super Vegito. LR Super Vegito is Majin Saga category advantageous. That's it, just one again. But if you look at the HP attack and defense combination, there's 59084, which is really high. I think it's probably the highest out of all these here, and then it's also SA20. So you can run Super Vegito here, and he does an incredible job. So remember, the links really don't matter on the attacker. The links do matter when it comes to supports, and then how you actually do the battle. But for the attacker, you're really just focusing on these things here. So so I would say that would be the number 5 summonable that you can use for this explosive chain battle. So coming in at the next one here would be Super Saiyan 3 EZA AGL Goku, right? Because he has 2 advantageous categories in Majin Saga and Super Saiyan 3, and his HP attack defense total is 50,434. Right, so makes it lower than your Super Vegito, but since it has 2 advantageous categories, I believe it's doing more damage. Once again, we don't know like the whole dynamics of all this. This is kind of best guess at this point in time. So tell me if you guys have better luck on LR Super Vegito or EZA Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So because this also only has SA15 versus SA20, but I'm telling you, that advantageous category really makes a huge difference. That's what it seems like. So so that's an option to definitely use. The next one to use is LR Mighty Mask. LR Mighty Mask also has 2 advantageous categories in Majin Saga and Fusion. His HP attack defense, however, is very high at 56,109, and it's also SA20. So very interesting of what actually this unit can do. I've ran it a couple times and it's done pretty high damage. So so I would definitely recommend this if you don't have basically the other 2. Remember, once again, you want to make sure that these units are rainbowed to get the maximum benefit here. If you don't have, for example, like Mighty Mask rainbow, then you might want to use Super Vegito or Hercule. Hercule is kind of your default as a rainbow unit because it's free to play, right? So, and of course, I think he's going to benefit or increase even better when he EZAs, and that SA goes to SA25. So we'll see when that happens. The coming in at basically the number 2 spot is Fizz Tanks. So Fizz Tanks is basically 1 out of 2 that has all 3 advantageous categories. That's high up there. Like, I didn't add all the units that have the Majin Buu Saga Fusion and Super Saiyan 3, but these 2 here are going to be the ones that you want to use for chain battle. So HP attack and defense, unfortunately, that's pretty low. It's 41,650, and you only have an SA10. But man, for some reason, that having all 3 advantageous categories just makes this unit hit really, really hard, and you can get over 100 million with Fizz Tanks here. So, and then coming in at number 1, it seems like this is kind of a unanimous decision. Basically, if you look at the current top scores on global, and by the way, this is just focusing on global. I forgot to kind of mention that. So focusing on global, not JP, because I'm sure JP might have a couple other units that you can run along with this. So, and so the last one would be Neo Tanks, right? So Super Saiyan 3, Tech Go Tanks here has attack, HP attack and defense 46,757, SA 15, but then all 3 advantageous categories. So, and it seems like that's the top spot, and I haven't seen really anyone else. So I've seen the top spot being used as LR Hercule. I've seen Go Tanks and Fizz Tanks, right? I haven't seen Super Vegito, I haven't seen Mighty Master Super Saiyan 3 Goku, but I think those will be some options that you might see in the future, because once again, this is one part to the explosive chain battle. The other part to it, the supports, and then how you get your RNG when it comes to in-game battle there, that's really going to develop your total score. But you get to choose your attacker, and there's a lot less RNG you have to deal with picking your attacker. So I would recommend these units here. Now there are some ultimates, some honorable mentions here. You could use LR fusion, because you have one fusion advantageous category in Gogeta. You can run Super Saiyan 3 LR Goku, and if you really need another free to play, or you can't get Hercule for some odd reason because you don't have the Zenny or something, but you can grind submissions and some things of that nature and medals, you could run LR Great Saiyaman 1 and 2. So those definitely aren't as ideal, but once again, for your newer players or just people that don't have certain rainbowed units, and like I mentioned before, these need to be rainbowed for it to be usable. And so, for example, if you don't have a rainbow Neo tanks, Tech Super Saiyan 3 Go tanks there, then you might be better off with Fist tanks, right? So if you have a rainbow LR Super Vegito, you might be better off if you don't have the Go tanks, either Go tanks, right? So and on and on. So just kind of keep that in mind when you're choosing your attacker. Hopefully this helps you, right? And I kind of mentioned before, you want to go into the basic rules and find all this information out. So this is my best attempt to give you guys a visual guide on how to pick your attacker. Hopefully this makes sense, and I'll be doing these, I guess, more in the future if you think this will help you guys. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. And yeah, thank you all for watching. Keep on Dokkaning. We'll catch you next time. Later.